First, we're going to go to Madrid, Spain, where yesterday the European Union sharply downgraded its growth numbers for the year. And on the phone, we've got Jonathan House. Jonathan, how are you? Tell us more about the new figures that came out yesterday for European growth numbers.
Hi. Well, the European Union, the Commission, the European Union's executive arm, sharply downgraded forecasts for all European countries, both in the Eurozone and outside the Eurozone. The biggest downgrades were for countries implementing big draconian austerity measures like Spain, Italy, Greece, sort of raising questions about the virtues of austerity.
And that's what I wanted to jump in and ask you. Is this going, as you said, countries like Greece and Spain, they've been saying these austerity measures are too austere. It's going to make growth very difficult. Are these lower growth numbers going to give, or put any wind in their sails in terms of their argument?
Well, yes, absolutely. I think so. I mean, Spain is really in the crosshairs at the moment because there's a new government that came into power just a couple months ago, and they're in the position of having to prepare now a 2012 budget on the basis of really outdated growth forecasts and deficit targets that were committed by the previous government. So they're really under the gun. If the current forecasts are maintained, Spain would have to cut its budget deficit this year by about 4 percentage points, really an unprecedented sort of level of cuts that, given that the country already has a 23% unemployment rate, is heading deeper and deeper into recession all the time, seems very, very difficult to achieve. So it seems a little bit hard to imagine that the Commission won't give them a little bit, some sort of rib on the budget cuts required for this year.
And when would we find out about those potential providing some slack on those deficit target numbers?
Well, it should be quite soon. The Spanish government has to present its budget, its new 2012 budget, by the end of March, and so they're saying that they hope to get some indication from the Commission in Brussels of leniency by the beginning of March, which is when they start the budget preparation process. So the Spanish at least are hoping to get some indication quite soon.
But moving forward, kind of bigger picture, do you think this will take the wind out of the sails of European bureaucrats who are saying, okay, we need to push through these austerity measures for countries like Greece and Spain, just in Italy, moving forward? Do you think this will at all hinder that argument that austerity is the way to go?
Not really, not in the main. I think that that strategy will remain in place, but I do think there will have to be a little bit of flexibility in some cases, like in the Spanish case this year. But it seems that the European Union, the European Central Bank. I mean, also today we published a story with the president of the European Central Bank, and he was very adamant that austerity is the way to go. So there doesn't seem to be any changing that mindset. But I think there will be some room for a little bit of flexibility around the edges.
And Jonathan, maybe not changing of the mindset, but two things. Has there been any I told you so perhaps from some of these countries like Greece and Spain, and then also have protesters? You mentioned in Spain nearly a 23% unemployment rate. Have any protesters in these countries picked up already on these lower growth numbers and say, again, we told you so, this is what was going to happen with austerity measures?
Yes, no, that's a good question. I think there are a lot of "I told you so's" coming out of Greece these days, but Greece is by far the most problematic situation in Europe at the moment. In Spain, the situation is more stable. I mean, there were elections just a few months ago. The new government has a wide mandate for reform, and the Spanish are very pro-European. The mindset in Spain is sort of, we'll do whatever it takes to remain in the euro. But I think that we could start seeing a rise in social unrest over the next few months as austerity measures, that the recent austerity measures that have been enacted just about a month ago start to kick in. I would expect that there will be a rise in social unrest and possibly some I told you so's.
All right. Well, Jonathan House in Madrid, we will turn to you then when that does happen for further details. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.